Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Miniature of the Month podcast with me, Dennis, and you.
And me, Lasse. And today, as you know, is Magical Microphone Monday. So
Yeah.
I'm here with the telephone microphone that I made.
The telemicrophone.
Micro telephone?
No Squidmar as special guest because I am no longer in Sweden, and
But
neither is Lasse.
I have a Squidmore shirt.
I have a Squidmar sweater, so I think we're hashtag representing enough.
But do you have a fancy microphone, Dennis?
I don't. I
Womp
use this
womp.
pot of peanut butter. And
Beautiful.
I have this can with a string attached to my laptop microphone.
Maybe I'll make something like that work digitally.
Okay, Miniature of the Month podcast. Lasse, go tell us, what's it all about?
Mini of the month is the wonderful situation we got over. It's not a situation, but we got over at the Squidmore Patreon server, Discord server, so to say, where people post their finished projects in the Grand Reveal channel there, just to show people, like, hey, this is the miniature I made, finished, and then every week we have us admins. It's me, Dennis, and quite a bunch of other cool people who have a rolling turn to choose the best mini that was posted.
And by best, we mean the thing that inspired us the most, the thing that's the most awesome. Somebody who made a lot of progression, somebody who's new, somebody who did something unique.
Yeah.
It's not about the quality per se, it's about improvement, showing off your work, and I think that keeps it very nice and friendly rather than I have to be the best painter in the world.
It removes the competitiveness from it, for sure. And I do quite enjoy doing it, and this podcast is basically a summary of last month's week's winners and honorable mentions, which is something we also do.
And to get that ball rolling,
look at that!
we're gonna start off with Huskatron's picks.
That's a plastic bottle in the background.
Oh, spoilers. With an honorary mention for Lukas Gamard, and last month he had such cool stuff, but this month, yeah, I'm a fan. Oh, it's
I'm
not
a
doing what I
fan
wanted
too.
to do.
It is.
There we go.
Is it? My Warhammer knowledge sucks, as you probably know. But is that a Bretonnia knight?
It sure is, Lasse.
Yes.
And I know he struggled a little bit with picking out the yellow and the reds, but I think with the little bit of lining he did around the sword, 10 out of 10. Looks great.
I was about to say that yellow on the sword looks amazing.
It really feels like a Bretonnian as well, with those choices.
It really does. It looks extravagant. And I also like the I really like the base too, because it's just grass, but it looks like that static grass right there looks real good, because it's not grass tufts and gravel. It's just grass. It looks like it's on a field ready to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Another honorable mention is this Skaven by Samdlis.
And there we are on the opposite spectrum when it comes to the base, where it has more effort put into it. And I wouldn't say it necessarily makes it look better, but it ties the model in another way. And what I do like is the autumn colors there. I've been in love with the autumn this year, seeing all the colors. And this just takes me back to the days past, because there's currently a storm.
There is. Is it as bad as yours as it is at mine?
It's probably worse here.
I like the leaves as well because it creates a little triangle between the other orange bits. So there's a little bit of orange on the chest. There's orange on the sword. There's a little bit of rust on the chainmail. So it really ties in well.
That rust on the chainmail is a great touch that I didn't notice till you said it.
And then we have the sort of, I mean, it's yellow, but it sort of ties in well. And then you have the yellow in the eyes as well. So you have a lot of sort of red-yellow spectrum, and then you've got the pinks and the purples for the flesh and the cloth.
Yeah,
And I feel like it really brings the model together.
it does. And I also like the non-metallic metal, especially on the sword blade, but also on the little arm brace thing for the sword. And I also really like the skin.
Yeah, looks real good. And then the winner, Super Floofa, Sloof, or Super Duper Floofa, whatever you want to call him, Jon. He did a really cool model, and it's a giant floating frog
A bloated frog.
with a little, I think it's a goblin, but I'm not entirely sure, with a gun.
What is this?
It's like a balloon thing.
It is well painted, but it still scares me.
Isn't it great?
I like the bloodshot eyes. It looks like me on day 5 of whatever project.
Those eyes, man.
And a
Just
random
keep on
band-aid.
floating.
Yeah.
Just keep on floating. The little band-aid and the cross on there. Oh.
It looks real good, and I like how he repeats the red in the thing between the fingers.
Yeah.
That's also on the lips and the eyes.
We got more color groups.
Oh, that's a wild design, though.
And his highlighting is always so good. With the little blue there, the really reflective, and then all of the shapes, highlight shapes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good choice, Escatron.
Very good choice. I love it.
Okay. Then we go on to Awesome Art Freak, who picked Cloneman Jon for an honorable mention. A bunch of Night Eater flesh cords? No, that's not right. Is it? Can't remember.
I don't know, Dennis.
I really don't know anything about this faction.
I love the research we put into this.
I don't research things before I talk about them. I'm a natural.
I just impro the entire thing.
Look, I show up. That's more than we can say about most people.
Yeah. No, but for real, that looks good. The reds, the seems like everything is like it's obviously a force, an army, kill team. I don't know. No, it's not kill team. That's 40k only, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also not an Underworld's warband.
Underworlds, yeah, but warband size, whatever. But it looks like it's been painted at the same skill level, all of them, but also tied together color-wise, so you see that these guys belong.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
it works
like
really
that.
well. And it's also like a muted red with a muted green, so that's always a good color combo.
Yeah, and the fur on the beast to the left is also very well.
Excellent highlights, as usual. Very cool.
Nice.
And then the other honorary mention goes to Shovels, who made the... I don't think this is the Great Unclean one. This is the other guy, but maybe it is the Great Unclean one.
Is
One
it
of those
Nurgle?
really big Nurgle demons.
Yeah. That is. It seems like it has that purple on the tentacles, and it has the red on the hood, remnants of the hood cape, and then of course the green skin. And I really like the highlights here too, because it highlights into the green highlights into a yellow, and the purple it's more blue, but it highlights into a magenta purple color.
Yeah.
I just really nice work.
I love the real second mouth he's managed to create here.
It looks disgusting, and I think that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah,
so...
and the eye here and the eye there.
Oh my god, there's an eye there too.
There's an eye here.
Oh my god.
I hope one day somebody paints one of these and then takes every little splotch here and turns it into an eye, just to
oh my god,
way up the freakiness.
No, please. Well, actually, please do it.
Oh, this is a great paint job. Absolutely love it. Oh, no, that's just a bit of background, not cropped out, I think.
There's also some really bright blue on the bottom right there too. But I think... I'm not sure what that is.
Looks good though. The red,
it does.
Very, very red. Yeah, great job.
Saturation is top notch.
Yeah, well, you know when Vince V always says, if you think you have enough contrast, add more contrast?
Yeah.
They've listened very well to that.
They have, for sure. Ooh, I remember this.
And then the mini of the week goes to Annie, who...
Of course.
You know, just... What an artist, right? I feel like I'm in the miniature painting thing. I'm an army painter. I throw some colors on a model, make sure the faction fits together, thinking about uniforms and heraldry. And then, you know, Annie comes along. He posted in the Discord today talking about an exercise where they took a magic card and used that as inspiration to paint a model. And I can't even begin to imagine how you transfer the color theme in a magic card's artwork to a miniature.
Yep. I saw that, and it was crazy concept, but it's just this too, the use of colors, the skin tones, the piano bomb thing, whatever it is. Because that looks like a color bomb for me.
Just in that arm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just don't know how people do this, and I would love to aspire to this level myself, which I'm currently doing with that one mini I'm doing, but I don't think it'll ever... I think I need to do a few miniatures before I get anywhere close to this.
Look at those eyes and the shadow on the side of the face, and
even the makeup on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The eyeline.
Yeah.
But what is it holding?
A nuclear bomb.
This piece tells a story.
A nuclear piano?
Nucleano?
It's just so much closer to art than my Warhammer armies.
Yes.
I mean, I guess Warhammer armies are art too, but like, I could see this being in a museum, right? Or being... I know it's a 3D model, but if this was a 2D painting, I wouldn't be surprised seeing this in a museum. And nobody's going to hang my Beasts of Chaos or Lord of Change on the wall. But this absolutely would.
No one's going to hang my stuff on the wall either, Dennis, so...
Is it
both.
Because tanks are too heavy to hang on a wall?
My tanks are smaller, made of plastic, so they're really light.
Okay. Then we are on to the week after that, where Wolfie did the picks. And she picked Samdlis. We've seen them before. This model by them.
Samdlis does an amazing job, whatever they're painting.
It's another Skaven. It's the engineer.
Oh, that's a gun.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, that's I guess that's a gun. And that's the telescope, and then that's something that exploded.
It looks like something they have at the chocolate factory. One of those big melting pots.
Oh yeah. But yeah, real good use of color. Will fit in perfectly well with the other model we saw previously. I really love the wood grain.
Yeah, and the metal on the gun.
Mm-hmm.
But also the purple on the guy thing itself.
Yeah.
But also the brass with the blue weathering.
Yeah.
Like green-blue weathering. It's phenomenal. Oh, and I see on the bottom of that gun, there's a mold line.
Shh. We don't talk about that.
I just find it interesting that some people are very must remove all mold lines, but some people don't care.
I don't care. Life's too short. Just paint.
Oh, but this is an amazing piece by Samdlis.
Yeah.
And Samdlis, everything Samdlis paint is an amazing piece. My God, look at that metal. Look at that beard.
The next honorary mention goes to Tyke86.
Look at that water.
I mean, where do I be? Shall we begin at the bottom? Let's talk about the water and the skull and the entire sculpture of the base.
But this is amazing. Look at the rubies in the beard. Let's start at the bottom. That water is amazing. The skull looks great.
It looks like it's
perfectly placed.
It looks like it's flowing.
Yeah.
That is impressive to do with the water.
It may actually be flowing. They just took a still photo of it. That's how good it looks.
That's it. This is an actual rock formation next to their house.
Who painted this, you said?
Tyke.
Tyke. Yeah, this is actually just a photo of Tyke.
Cosplaying.
Yeah.
Oh, the NMM, the gems, the beard, literally everything is amazing.
There is nothing here that isn't the amazing. My eyes are wandering all over here trying to look at everything. Because everything looks amazing.
I wish mine looked like this. The head of the axe is so good as well, with the NMM reflecting the gold.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Should be laws against painting this good, Dennis. It puts us to shame.
Crime against Warhammer, confirmed. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm jealous that you have this in your cupboard. Just wow. And then the mini of the week goes to...
Doesn't stop.
Shas, or Schas, or... I don't know.
That's a T-Rex wielding a weapon.
That is most definitely a T-Rex wielding a weapon. The colors on this, it has all the color. Like the base, super beautiful jungle feeling. The tree beautifully painted. There's a little statue there, 10 out of 10, and then the model itself, just that NMM, beautiful. The reds, absolutely stunning. Really contrast well with the blues and the muted purples.
Yeah, and what gets me is you have the three main colors here, red, green, and blue. but the green is for the base, the red is for the creature, and the blue is for the equipment. And that
Oh.
is very well executed, I think.
And then look at that eye as well.
Man. And the
teeth.
tongue.
Oh, and the tongue, yeah.
And how the red transitions into a darker black, but then into a light gray.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's... And the gold is amazing too.
I think Wolfie had quite the week picking a model out of this set.
Yeah. But that model, is that from... They're not called Lizardmen anymore, are they?
No. They are not.
Oh, I thought you know what.
I always forget and then I remember
Awkward, move
5
on.
minutes later. Seraphim.
Seraphim, that sounds familiar. Also K-pop band, though.
Beautiful. Play some of that while you're painting them. Works for me. Next week, it's me. It's my picks.
Your picks?
I picked the pumpkin. The pumpkin beholder, because I'm going to do a little segue before we dive into this. Right now, Wolfie and Professor Jenkins are organizing, or actually running, the October Masquerade Challenge on the Patreon Discord server, where the challenge is to grab a mini, make it look like something else, so you can turn an orc into a human, or a human into an orc, or I think it was Daratil who did a space marine and slapped a pumpkin head on it. Lots of options there. Definitely join in if you're on the fence and have something you'd like to do, because it's really cool to see what everybody's up to.
Yeah, and this really fits with the October Halloween event also going on.
Yeah.
The event in real life.
I'd say this would qualify. This is technically a beholder, but, disguised as a bunch of pumpkins.
Imagine leading your party through a pumpkin field and then this just spawns.
Instant death. I love the gloss on the eye. And the candy corn teeth is what really got me. I just couldn't stop laughing when I saw that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I felt Chimaira had a honorable mention coming for this.
Yeah, but is it bashed together from kits, or is that like a kit?
I think it is a kit.
Alright.
Okay. Next up. Oh, yes. I'm a rebel, Lasse. I don't like following rules. Rules are for bitches. So I nominated Annie's entire painting class as my second honorable mention.
His painting class?
Yeah, he was in a painting class with a bunch of others, and he posted everybody's model, and I just went, this is my honorable mention, because, my god, is it cool to see the same model painted in so many different ways. Just wow.
And there's so many different vibes going on.
Yeah. Let me just...
And it's crazy to me people do skin tones this differently.
Oh yeah. And you can see how the pumpkin is also in a slightly different angle, and how that actually makes a difference to the sort of facial expression and feeling it gives.
Yeah.
Here's a green one. Super cool. And look at the difference between all of these models in painting techniques and colors, and I think some true metallics. And
yeah. And some not having that pot.
Yeah, oh yeah. Some having the little raven, and others don't.
Which one is honest though? Do you know?
I forgot,
Oh,
in all honesty.
I'm gonna say it's that one.
That one?
No, the one I'm pointing at. That one.
That one. That one. That one. Any one of them. Could be.
It's really cool. But
Yeah.
you should start obeying by rules, Dennis.
Never.
Rebel.
And then, oh my god, it had such a cool name, and I forgot. But he called it because it was a crude, and the model itself has a name. He had such a cool name. I'm a loser for not writing this down beforehand.
Well,
But yeah,
back
Mustang
to research, right?
painted this really cool kit bashed converted model from the Flesh Eater courts and turned it into a crude, so it can be used for both Flesh Eater courts and 40k crude. And it is
gory.
It is gross, but the conversion is so cool with the spikes, and you can see that it's just been eating something, and
all the blood, and
all
I love the
glossy blood, fresh,
and the bloody axe.
Yeah. And then he just casually wiped his hands through his mane.
Gotta look nice.
Yeah. I think this deserved it with the amount of time put in and the amount of customization.
Yeah, that is a sick diorama, or vignette, or miniature scene.
Miniature.
Bigature.
Okay, we're on to our last week. We're none other than you, Lasse. Got to choose between 100 Space Marines posted in Grand Reveal.
It was certainly a Space Marine week. There were a bunch of other stuff too, but it's that with having a theme in your selection and stuff. So I just like, there were no tanks. I love putting tanks on display and putting them on the podium.
Yeah. If you want to win Mini of the Week, just paint a tank and save it up till it's Lasse's week to pick and just post it in that week.
Yep.
Guaranteed first place.
Has worked for people before, but there were no tanks now, so I had to choose the second most armored thing in the world, a Space Marine.
So this one's by Broly-ygo.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that non-metallic metal all across the model.
It's a shiny Space Marine.
It's a very shiny Space Marine, and I think it's executed very nicely.
That face as well.
Yeah, and the magenta he has on his back towards the ear, and even the beard, I think is painted nicely.
Oh, yeah.
But also the gold on the chest, on that one shoulder blade, and the belt buckle. But even the texture on the leather as well. And Space Marines using leather straps is always a funny thought to me, because they're so high-tech in other ways.
It's special leather, Lasse.
Splatter. That was a worthy win. And then we have TraktorTarzan, the Mini of the Week winner. And this was his first ever miniature that he ever painted.
I can tell you, the first miniature I ever painted had a lot thicker and less covering paint on there.
Yep, same, guilty as charged, and also not the same brush control at all. Like, even his white on the purity seal, look clean.
Yep. Yeah, the shoulder pads, the trim, excellent precision. Color choices are solid.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good first miniature.
I still remember that one time a friend of mine painted a Space Marine, and he managed to paint the eyes red. And I could see he managed to get paint just on the eye of the Space Marine, and I was like mind blown. What is this brush control? And then TraktorTarzan comes and just does it on his first miniature, and I think that is impressive.
Yeah.
But
It's
I see a
really
mold
good.
line on his foot.
Oh, it's his first mini, dude. You know where you can stuff that mold line?
No, I think I respect other people's opinions on mold lines,
Good.
but I think
I don't.
Tractor. I still think TraktorTarzan's first model definitely deserved a win.
Yeah,
And this was one of the first miniatures posted that week too, and it really stuck out to me as one that I should keep in mind for my selection.
Yeah, and I think that's important too. Like, we highlight all of the crazy stuff that people do, but you know, if you are in the early stages of your journey, post your miniatures. People like seeing how you progress. You since this post, I think you posted one or two more in Grand Reveal, and you can really see how he's going forward in his skill level, in understanding, in brush control, in every aspect.
He learns real fast, and I can see that. I saw his second miniature,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "Wow, TraktorTarzan, you're picking up real fast."
So it's really cool to just follow along with everybody's journey, and you know, we've all started the hobby at some point.
And worse than this,
But I mean, both me and Lasse started a long, long time ago, so sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to remember where we were at what point in our journey.
yes.
But I remember I'd say my first 2 years of painting, I wasn't even close to this. I mean, back then we didn't have the internet to look at miniatures. The only thing I got was a white dwarf to look at.
Yeah, that's the thing. We bought the White Dwarf magazines, and then Games Workshop had a How to Paint Your Miniature booklet. It was blue, I remember. And I had. Do I have it? At least I had it. And that was like your source of inspiration just browsing through that.
Yeah. And I'd like to think that if we look at the stuff the heavy metal team did back then, and you look at how we paint now, Lasse, we're sort of there. But if we look at how the heavy metal team paints now, yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant the heavy metal team now.
No. The heavy metal team back from when we started painting in their White Dwarfs.
We're kinda there, but sadly they evolved
also
too.
learned. It's not just we who got better tools and more skills. That it was them as well. So it's really fun to see that journey from everybody. Like when I joined the Patreon Discord server in 2020, I think. I don't know. 20? Yeah, I think that's about right. Annie was painting a Lumineth Realm Lord's army. And it was okay. Not the best thing in the world, not the worst thing in the world. And we had to exchange a lot of ideas on how to, improve painting volumetric highlights and stuff like that. And then he kind of went, I'm getting rid of all of this Warhammer and I'm going to start painting busts and do more art and really focusing on one specific skill on each bust. And over that 5 years, we've seen his stuff. It's crazy where he's managed to go to, and I have loved every second of that journey just to stand along the sidelines and see his posts in Grand Reveal.
That's a fun thing about being on this server is that you get to see people evolve. Well, I think that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't be afraid to post your work. And don't be discouraged if we don't highlight it, but we try and find stuff, and I've never seen anybody not get a compliment because all of the work is unique. And it's so cool to see what people are up to and what they're making.
Yeah. And even following just your journey has been real good.
I surprise myself sometimes with stuff I paint.
You never surprise me, Dennis, because I know you have talent.
If I could only find the time to actually paint.
That's the biggest problem with being an adult.
I'm an adult? Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, big kid.
I don't like where this is going. Anyway, if you want a chance to be in this podcast with one of the mod team, you know what to do. Join the Patreon Discord, post in Grant Reveal. Don't give a fuck. Just have fun, paint along, have a good time, and everything's going to be awesome.
Exactly.
And you might get featured on here.
You will. That's a guarantee.
the Lasse guarantee.
No, but I like to think that we're good at not showing only the best of the best painters, but also the cool stuff and the unique stuff and
yeah, for sure.
Things like that.
Yeah. And maybe Emil will join again at one point.
Then you get featured by Emil.
Maybe.
It happened last month.
Maybe some other cool fun facts before we head off.
We have fun facts?
Yeah, we have a Secret Santa coming up.
Yes.
And Snow Duty will be sharing her thoughts on that very soon in the news and announcements channel.
Probably before this goes live, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe not.
When am I ever going to edit this? Not today. March of Armies is starting December 1st. I'll be posting something about that early November. I
can't wait for March of Armies. I'm gonna do Warhammer.
I'm very excited for you to do Warhammer.
It's small hammer though. The Legions Imperialis.
I like that.
War smalls.
Do we have anything else going on? No, I think that's about it.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Probably is.
Well, leave a like, leave a comment.
Subscribe.
Tell us how horrible we are. Oh no, SquidCon, but that's in January, so that's a while away. Still.
Yeah, can talk about that next month.
Okay. Bye.
Right.
You're gonna hang up the phone? Bye, Lasse.